Welcome back, everyone, to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us because we're going on a vibrant, deeply emotional journey today. We're looking at a powerful, singular sound, one that literally has the magic to take a standard, everyday event and completely transform it into a legendary celebration. We're talking about the true heartbeat of African culture, brought to life by one incredibly remarkable woman, Mercy Makiku, the Queen of Njemi.
But before we get into the details, I want you to just imagine something for a second. Picture the sensory and emotional heartbeat of a truly authentic cultural celebration. Imagine those beautiful, warm gold and red tones of the attire, the soft hum of rich music, the smiling faces of families coming together. Now, what's the sound that cuts right through the air, signaling that joy has officially arrived? What is the true sound of African joy? Let's be real. It's not some polite, quiet little golf clap. No, it's something way deeper and so much more resonant.
Okay, let's dive into this. Today we're looking at the sound of celebration, meet the Queen of Njemi, unforgettable wedding moments, honoring Raseo and tradition, and finally, the true power of Njemi.
Part 1. The Sound of Celebration.
So we all know that Njemi is a powerful, melodious ululation, right? But honestly, we often underestimate the sheer vocal stamina and the total mastery it actually requires. It isn't just a loud shout. It's a highly skilled auditory blessing that literally changes the frequency of a room. In our culture, it's a purposeful, unifying voice. It signals to everyone present, hey, this is a moment of immense happiness. It's the sound that brings people together to celebrate life's absolute greatest milestones.
Moving on to Part 2. Meets the Queen of Njemi.
Now, what's really interesting to consider here is the stark contrast between an ordinary moment and an unforgettable memory. I mean, you can have a nice gathering where people are happily chatting, sipping their drinks, just having a pleasant time. But the very second you infuse that gathering with the authentic African Njemi of Mercy Makiku, it just erupts. She doesn't just attend an event, she elevates the whole shebang. She bridges that gap between a simple get-together and a deeply profound, joyous memory.
Because this isn't just about making a traditional sound, it's about the genuine, raw passion she injects into her art. And that ability, that specific talent, has made Mercy Makiku a widely trusted and celebrated name all across Kenya. When Mercy steps into a room, her radiant grace basically signals to every single guest that tradition is about to be honored in the most vibrant way possible. Her confidence, her warmth, they make her an absolute pillar for authentic cultural gatherings.
Part 3. Unforgettable wedding moments.
Just visualize the sheer emotional weight and the anticipation of a wedding day. It's huge, right? Well, Mercy's voice acts as the connective emotional tissue throughout that entire journey. First, you have the bride's joyful entrance. It's nerve-wracking, it's beautiful, and all that tension instantly breaks the second Mercy's Njemi pierces the air, replacing it with just pure, unadulterated joy. Then, during the joining of families and generations, her voice acts as a powerful blessing over the union. And finally, the triumphant celebration dance. The formalities are done, the drums are beating, and Mercy's melodious ugulations lead the entire crowd into a state of unbridled celebration.
So to really sum up her impact on these milestones, she elevates every single moment with happiness, deep cultural pride, and honestly, just unmatched excitement. A wedding is fundamentally about two families becoming one, and Mercy provides the absolute ultimate emotional soundtrack to that beautiful, once-in-a-lifetime transformation for the newlyweds.
Which brings us to Part 4. Honoring Rukachio and Tradition.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how incredibly versatile Mercy's gift is. I mean, we aren't just talking about weddings here. Her art completely transforms traditional dowry negotiations like Rurachio ceremonies. It brings massive community events to life and makes birthdays absolutely spectacular. She even injects this vibrant, authentic energy into grand corporate gatherings and openings. Seriously, no celebration is too small, and absolutely no event is too formal to benefit from the amazing energy she brings to the table.
But, when it comes to those deeply traditional spaces, like the dowry negotiations where the elders are seated and traditional gifts are being exchanged, her role takes on a much more profound weight. In these sacred moments, her Njemi isn't just about hype or excitement. It's really about adding honor, dignity, and unwavering authenticity. She's actively preserving the rich beauty of African customs, making sure that the younger generations experience these traditions with the exact same reverence and joy as the generations before them.
And finally, Part 5. The True Power of Njemi.
We're sort of reaching the emotional climax of our exploration today. And I want you to just let this powerful quote from the documentary sink in for a second. Ngumi is more than sound. It is joy. It is blessing. It is celebration. It is unity. I mean, wow. This is the absolute core of who Mercy Muguku is. Through every single melodious ululation, she is literally carrying the heartbeat of African culture in her voice. It's an auditory representation of community, wrapping everybody in the room in the shared, joyful experience.
So, the crucial point is that this is not just entertainment. It's tradition brought to life. When Mercy performs, she forges deeply emotional connections across generations. The grandparents feel respected, the young children feel the vibrating energy of their heritage, and the families feel completely united. That is a truly rare and precious gift.
So for those of you joining us who might be currently planning a wedding, a rugaratio, maybe a corporate event, or a special family gathering, and you want to bring this exact level of unforgettable joy to your own life, you can actually reach out directly to the Queen of Ngemi at +254 720 8253 587. It is absolutely the perfect way to ensure your next big milestone is elevated by true cultural magic.
As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this final, thought-provoking question. How will you bring culture and life to your next great celebration? Whether it's through the powerful voice of someone like Mercy Muguku, or simply by leaning into the beautiful traditions of your own heritage, I really hope today's journey has inspired you to make your next big moment truly unforgettable. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep celebrating your traditions, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.